How's it going, Gemini community? Soul Tigress here with a special story for this wonderful frequency. And before we get started, I just want to say thank you for your time, your energy, and your patience, seeing that your story is the last one up this time. So let's get started with the introduction and checking in with this vibe here. Gemini, can you feel it? Can you see it? How much you have been evolving over the past few years when it comes to your views about yourself and others. Throughout the years, you have been grinding for yourself and others to get to a newer phase, a more healed phase. Now the time is to fully welcome it in, Gemini, stepping into this newer version with confidence and the energy of protecting what you have worked hard for, Gemini. Oh my goodness gracious. A lot coming out towards this end here. So let's start to unveil what's been happening, what you've been working through when it comes to this past healing. And when it comes to the past healing, what you've been working through is the energies of the indecision. It being hard to make the choices that you need to make, not want to make, but need to make. And being really rooted in it, opposed to being very, unstable with it, to where other people's opinions can come in and sit here and manipulate you or somehow push their views onto you enough to where you're gonna back off. And this is all past stuff that you've been healing from. Something else is the sun. So right here, you have a hard time seeing this at this moment. Maybe you've had a hard time seeing it in the past. And right now, you're still a little blocked from it, and you're at odds ends when it comes to being able to fully open up to guidance. The guidance of the light, especially when it comes in through your emotional being. And that's something that was really highlighted when I was cleansing out your cards, Gemini, is one of the biggest conflicts that you still have with yourself is validating how you feel. And maybe this is a part of the final step when it comes to stepping into this newer version of yourself. So we have a lot going on here in the present and some things that you're worried about that tie to the future of things. So let's start uncovering this. We need to take action. Action, being able to be balanced in the action that you take when it comes to dealing with others' deceit that comes in, that has to do with the goals that you have, the success that you have, the things that you are working hard for, your cornucopia. Cornucopia has to do a lot with Capricorn energy. And Capricorns are really hard workers. Now, Capricorn energy also has to do with Saturn. And Saturn is almost kind of a little bit of South Node energy where we seek security with things. And that could be old habits of things and resisting to change things up. So this is something that's a little bit hard for you to deal with, your success versus the deceit of others, how others come in at you when it comes to your success. Something else we have here is the Magician in the mirror in reverse. So this is something that you also struggle with. And maybe this is something that you can reflect on, is how you've been alchemizing a lot of different things in your life, a lot of different things that have weighed you down, the different experiences that didn't work out the way that you wish they would have worked out. And the whole thing is, if you haven't been steady alchemizing these things that weigh you down into these successes that you're having now, and the success could be simply you overcoming certain cycles that have been in your family, plaguing your family, being able to evolve your lineage. So something here is we overthink. We overthink a lot. What do we overthink a lot? Remember, it has to do with hostilities, but also the deceit of others. We overthink how people come in at us, especially acting like an idiot. Why are they acting like an idiot? What is causing this? And the thing is, maybe you've always overthought on it, and you always try and flip it back on yourself for some reason. And maybe this is something here for you when you step into this new phase, is knowing how to direct your focus where it needs to go, but also where it's going to be wasted if you over harbor on things, because people will be who they are no matter what. And you can't make them change, just like you can't make them evolve. You can't make them see different perspectives, because that's on them. All you can do, Gemini, is lead through your example. So don't forget that. Something else that's here, two other things here that's hard for you. Ooh, I love this. And I love the fact that I was being guided to flip both of them at the same time. So we have the second chakra, Archangel Ariel, and then we have the goddess of the moon coming in. Great pairing together. The second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Let's find her. She's going to be of the Libra and the Taurus energy. So Libra and Taurus, when it comes to Libra, it's all about how we balance out things, especially when it comes to self-sacrificing, trying to save communities that are in low frequencies that don't want to be saved. But on the other side of it with Taurus, it's how we identify with the things around us. So balancing out the things that we love, but also balancing out the things that we identify with, the things that we want to relate to, the things that we want to relate to us and love us as well. With the goddess of the moon here, this is Cancerian energy. Cancerian energy is all about nurturance, but it's also about great ideas. And something here, I'm being led to read the goddess of the moon itself. She is universal, regarded as divine embodiment of healing, fertility, love, compassion, grace. Moon goddess as a active, healing, transformative presence on the world. So right here, this is something that we got to heal with, new ideas coming in about the things that we want to relate to or we want to love, and vice versa, what we want to love us and what we want to relate to us. And the thing is, with this Ariel here, this is representing sacral, destroy passion, healthy relationships, and creativity. But something else, when it's out of balance, is fear of change. It's social dysfunction, emotional instability. And this is why it is very important that you're going to protect what you've been healing. So you can have situations that are going to try and flip you on your head with their opinions, especially when it comes to your success. And this is where you're going to stand tall and not overthink what they're doing to you and try and flip that blame onto you. But you're going to do what you have been doing. And that is alchemizing the things that have weighed you down when it comes to others, when it comes to where you came from. And you're going to change it. You're going to make it into this cornucopia. And we just have to solidify that in your mental being and in your emotional being here, Gemini. Oh my goodness. And I think this is something that you're going to practice throughout 2026, because when it comes to 2027, I see you not putting up with much, but being able to not second guess yourself, not second guess how you feel. And especially when people want to come at you sideways after you're reaching goals that you've been working hard for. Ooh-wee. Oh my goodness. Something with this thinking woman is you have to be careful, because when they come at you sideways, that's when you start to get stuck or close off that heart chakra, especially when it comes to yourself. That is the time to start really opening it and really starting to have empathy for yourself, not to see yourself through bitterness, the energy that they're trying to put onto you type of thing. So let's keep progressing. Ancestors, spirit guides, what needs to come out for the present moment for the Gemini community? You know what? A lot of people want to be sneaky. They want to sit here and make passive aggressive comments. Just know their passive aggressive comments are coming from a place of insecurity, Gemini. Because if they weren't insecure, wouldn't they be celebrating with you? Instead of trying to find ways to put you down, especially when you are making a difference, when you're doing something different than what they have done. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Really, really fill out the energy. And one of the great ways to be very intuitive, to gain clarity, is to not deny how somebody makes you feel, how a situation makes you feel. Doesn't mean you got to go all cray-cray right away, but you can assess and you can see how it's leaving you stuck, how they could be targeting you in a certain way that they know is a weakness for you. And that is that overthinking, trying to find reasons on if you're the one who's causing the problems when it comes to these foundations, these relationships. How is your success a problem? Really, how is it a problem, especially if you have this cornucopia? Cornucopia means you're going to be sharing with others as well. So why are they so bothered that you are so open and sharing with the things that you have gained? It has to do with the balance of them knowing you, or the imbalance that they use of knowing you for so long. For some reason, because they haven't seen that success, they really don't hold optimism for themselves. And that's the whole thing that's really hard for you. You want to share in the wealth when it comes to the fun, especially when it comes to the different places that you've been going, the different places that you've experienced, the different people and things that you have learned from. But at the same time, because this energy comes at you so sideways, it also makes you close off. And for some reason, it makes you feel like, I don't know, it feels like almost like you're leaving others out. Others want you to feel like you're leaving them out. But with this Nine of Wands here, a lot of times Nine of Wands is a very defensive energy. And a lot of times Wands will talk about emotions as well. For some reason, no matter how much you want to share with your community and the success, they still leave you emotionally defensive, unstable, and overthinking, not feeling like, or not thinking what you feel is right. So you're taking the optimism and you're flipping the optimism, and you're not having optimism for yourself. You're not seeing it from a more positive side. And one of the things with seeing it from the more positive side, like I said, is going within, filling out the guidance. And like I mentioned, in order to gain more clarity, you're going to have to stop denying the emotional being. And you're going to have to fill out how it feels. And that is what's going to get you more aligned with yourself, especially when it comes to how you think about yourself, how you want to relate to yourself, but also how you want yourself to relate to the world. Sometimes we get in cycles with people that we've known forever, and we let them step all over us because we feel like they have some kind of seniority over us. But the whole thing is, we don't stay that small child forever. We grow up. We grow into adults. We grow into successful adults. And the whole thing is, if these people aren't evolving with you or letting you evolve in their perspectives of you, then again, they are stuck and they are trying to find reasons to validate their stuckness. And it could be throwing out their frustrations onto you because of where they've taken their success. So be careful, be careful. That's why you need to go in and you need to fill out when it comes to the illusions of things. Yes, they make you want to race off. Yes, they make you want to pop up out the mouth because they don't realize how hard you've been working, not just for yourself, but for others as well. That is one of the things that really emotionally drive you, is to have this success, to be stable. And the thing is, you keeping going, you breaking certain cycles has been the guidance that you've been following for a long time. And it's taken a really strong will to keep going, especially again when it comes to breaking certain cycles that could have robbed others of their success. The whole thing is, you were smart enough to look at things from a different view. And you were smart enough to see what worked for others in the past and what didn't work for them. But you were also able to see what you didn't want to be like. And the thing is, over the past few years, Gemini, we've been talking about being able to heal from seeing the past mistakes of others and not taking that onto yourself with fears of you repeating those mistakes. That is something that you've really been working on, coming into fruition with yourself and seeing yourself not as these other examples. Now the time is to complete this by stepping into who you are and seeing that, yes, we have relationships here with this community. Yes, you care about this community. Yes, you want to bring success into this community and showing them something else. You not only want to have the wealth for yourself, so to say, but you want to share it. But the thing is you still have people who are operating as they once were so many years ago, and that could be 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. How do you balance that out within yourself? Well, again, we have to take a step back. Take a step back, especially again when they're feeding us the illusions, their illusions. And instead of racing off in our thoughts, we need to do something a little bit different. The Knight of Swords is the fastest knight in the deck. And sometimes we can do something a little bit different. We can slow it down. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight of the deck. The Knight of Pentacles is going to take their time as they cruise along. And I feel like that's something that needs to happen here, is you need to take your time, especially when they come in trying to rob you of your stability, of your success, trying to sit here and make you feel less, instead of having a mental reaction to where you snap. How can you slow down and really fill out what your intentions have been this whole time, what your goals have been this whole time? All right. So let's call in our angels of protection. Angels of protection, please help guide us and keep us protected as we navigate the block for the Gemini community. Oh my goodness gracious. That's okay, Gemini. It's okay to have a hard time with processing the emotions. It's okay to not be totally in touch with it. There's no human that's perfect, and a part of this journey is evolving. And if we notice other species, yes, they do have emotional capacity, but their instincts override the emotions. But for humans, one of the things that we are meant to learn from, that we are meant to meet a lot of challenges through, is through the emotions, through our emotional being. So let's get started with this block. A lot falls out onto this past. So before we unveil this, let's unveil this part when it comes to past relationships. You have to be careful when it comes to people that we've known for a long time. There was that saying that blood is thicker than water, that you should always be there for your family no matter what. And I was in conversation with somebody and I was telling them it's kind of crazy we were taught that, but at the same time, people will experience family putting them through more hell than a friend or even a stranger or a coworker on the street. You will get relationships with friends that you have known for a really long time, and they will use that to manipulate you into feeling like you have to put up with them and you always have to give to them. This will be the same with a workplace that you've been at for a really long time. This is why it's really important for you to really fill things out, not just from the mental state, but from the emotional state here. And I like this because then we have this King of Pentacles, or King of Pentacles, King of Cups. King of Cups. What's hard with this King of Cups is he could be very selfish. He can be very just on his own level. This King of Cups is going to deal with a little bit of addictions as well, or I should say escapism. This King of Cups is also stuck. He's not a progressive energy. All masculine energy is exploration, adventure, progress, and development. But right here, there's something here in the emotions that keep you stuck, especially if people poke at you a certain way. And that certain way has to do with the deceit. Lying about the deceit. Trying to say that, you know what, maybe I know better, but yet they don't know shit. They know what they've been stuck on type of thing. And that makes it hard for you to move. It makes it hard for you to get these ideas. This is the Chariot. Remember, we had the goddess of the moon here. For you to have new ideas, for you to create new ways for yourself, for you to be confident and happy with how you are flowing. What I'm hearing is somebody always has an opinion, especially when things are going right and you are hitting those milestones of your success. Somebody has an opinion and they want to rain on your parade, and this is something that has been done for a long time, since you were younger, especially when it came to the things that you were really passionate about, the things that really made you smile. You know this. You've been through this for years, and this isn't the first time you've dealt with this. And you've learned how to work with them and work through their opinions, and you still give. You still give. You still give, and you still take time with them, and you're still not harsh on them. That is something that is really beautiful. Even if that meant you have to give up everything. Everything. Rock your own stability just to jump up for them. Basically, you would give the back off, or your back. You would give the shirt off your back for them. And you would stop so much, have stopped so much because of them. A lot of times people will get upset and they'll say you're changing. And they'll make it seem like it's wrong. But that's them upset because they can't grow, they can't do anything different. But this also them upset because they can't manipulate you. Their words that they say to drag you down, to bring you down, does not hit you as hard as it used to. And that's something that's hard for you. And that's something you can get really, really good at if you keep practicing. Knowing that you have to surpass the things that they poke at you when it comes to the emotions of things, when they're trying to emotionally manipulate you. And here comes that Knight of Coins. The whole thing is you struggle with taking your time. It's easier to take off quick, especially when they're targeting your emotions, when they're trying to make you feel a type of way. But the thing is, it's time to take time to build that stability for yourself. It doesn't make you weak for not having a quick reaction. It gives you time to fill things out. You having a quick reaction means that you're going to become angry. You're going to become frustrated. And the thing is, you're going to carry that frustration with you for days, for years. And how can we know that we can control and rule ourselves in a much different way, in a newer version way, especially when it comes to being disciplined? I keep hearing, for some reason, being disciplined with what we allow to come in towards us, but also what we allow ourselves to go towards, what we allow ourselves to seek out. And I'm hearing to say that because when it comes to relationships that we've known forever, we keep them around because we care. And it can be hard to let go of some of these relationships. So if you're stuck in a place where you can't let go, then it's changing up with how you receive them, but also changing up how you take action afterwards. And one of the biggest things that I kept hearing as I'm dialing in is know thyself, know thyself, know thyself. And the thing is, when you step into this space, you're going to know thyself a little bit more. And that's something that's really beautiful here. But the thing is, are you ready for this new phase? Are you ready to start communicating with yourself on deeper levels, Gemini? This is really, really awesome. So Gemini, for our conclusion, I have the White Light Oracle. Usually we can get 1 to 3 cards. Not sure how many are going to pop out. The White Light Oracle comes in as not just guidance, but confirmation. This is all going to give you the confirmations, whether it's the things that you're thinking about trying, things that you have been harboring on, or things that you have been uncertain about. So let's go ahead and call in Divine. Divine and Universal Energy. What are the positive messages that you have for the Gemini community? Let's see. Anything else? I'm hearing that's it, but I want to go through just a wee bit. So right away, 3 cards come up. And excuse me with my pronunciations. I'm going to let you know right away I was not a hooked on phonics kid. I actually struggled with reading a lot when I was in elementary school. But I did it up. And I love reading, actually. So let's get started. We have Garudia Subarna. feel like this is having a outlook, aligning with that outlook. A new beginning type of thing. Right there. Then we have 23, Beta of Spirit Wolf. Ooh. Learning how to operate in our environment to where we don't have to be over dominating type of thing. And 25, Theta of Venus. Oh, that is so amazing, because we were talking about the Archangel Ariel and how that represents Libra and Taurus. And Libra and Taurus's planet is Venus as well. Being able to take care of ourselves, really filling out ourselves. And that is something that also encompasses the emotional being, how we view the emotional being, how we take care of that emotional being. Do we resist it? Do we block it? Do we open up to it? So let's go ahead and get started. All right, we'll go with 43. Oh, 42. All right, 42. Garudia Subparna. Cultivate confidence in yourself. You have the inner spiritual power to deal wisely and effectively with any situation. Don't allow anyone to take advantage of your kind nature. Reflect upon what action feels best for you to take and then follow through with decisiveness. Do not allow negativity to get a grip in your life. Positive energies and outcomes are indicated. I really love how that is very fitting for this story. We have spoken upon not letting these other people rain on your parade, and we have spoken upon reacting differently and taking your time when it comes to inner reflections, filling out what is happening, how what is happening is affecting you. All right, so let's go to 23, Beta of Spirit Wolf. Give yourself enough rest. Only then will you be able to ground yourself enough to cultivate focus and motivation to fulfill your path. You will find a way through any tricky situation as you tune into your instincts and trust your own timing. From times of change and uncertainty comes confidence, love, and resilience. Embrace transition. Commit to your task and stay focused, but be flexible in your approach. You have the skill to intuitively handle any situation. Ooh. And that's very true. You just got to tune in. We got to get in line with the emotional being so you can gain that clarity for yourself. Clarity in how you want to move, but also that clarity and understanding why you have the goals you have and the intentions behind it. So 25, Theta of Venus. Attune yourself to higher consciousness by choosing to access the purest frequency of love within. Acknowledge lower frequencies such as judgment, fear, doubt, or shame when they arise within or around you. But do not give them a foothold in your heart. You are ready for your higher understanding to see things in a new and more positive light. Allow your inner knowing to guide you on a unique, beautiful, and highly spiritual life path. And right before I finished that, 3333 was on the time. My goodness. Thank you, divine and universal energy, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, for these confirming messages here. And Gemini, thank you for your time, your energy, and your patience. Don't forget to thank your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy for coming on in and helping out. And as always, I hope that you have a most wonderful rest of your day.